Mr. Chairman, can you hear me?
Yes, what's going on, Mike?
How's everybody? Hi, Paula. Hi, John.
What's going on, John?
Same old stuff. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. It's, what a way to start off the new year here.
It's like we're going backwards.
I know. It's getting nuts. But hopefully everybody is healthy. Paula, we can't really hear you. I can't hear you at all. No.
Can you see me?
Paula, I think you have to push the button that says call using dial-in audio.
Yeah, now I hear you.
You can't hear me.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear Paula.
Hello, hold on. Do you hear me?
Yes, Paul, we hear you. Paula.
Yep. You faded out again. Oh, hi, John.
How are you?
Is
I'm
that
pretty
button
good.
on the iPhone? There you are.
What was that question? Hey, Mike.
Hi, Paul.
How we doing?
Good.
Good.
Okay, so let's try to fix Paula's audio.
Rich, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, thanks.
Actually, where did Paula go?
Looks like she dropped off, Rich.
Yeah. All right, maybe she's calling back in. She had a technical issue.
Well, we all do sometimes, you know. Hello.
Hello.
How we doing?
Hear me now?
I can hear you, Paula.
So that.
Mike Margansky.
All right, Mike.
Okay. Yeah, I hear you a little bit. It's kind of breaking up a little, but I think we should be okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Paula, do you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
you have your 4 regular members and you have Mr. Wedowitz as your alternate present.
That is correct. All right. Well, I guess we'll get started then.
Well, we gotta wait till 7 o'clock, sir.
Yeah, it's only 6:56. Okay, never mind. Gotta
Hey,
get back-
Mike.
Got to get back into the swing of things with Zoom here.
Additionally, just so everybody knows, we have Keith Rosenfeld is online. His audio is muted at this point. And Corbel and Judson is presenting for both of the applications. Jesse is online also.
Okay.
The only thing is I would ask just that whoever speaks, just if it's one of our board members, if you just identify yourself by first name. And then everybody else, you know, that's on the other side of the fence, please just first and last name.
Okay.
Aren't these meetings fun?
Absolutely.
I'm
I was
just
trying to
glad we
put
have
some-
everybody here.
Yeah, no, this is good. We
Hey,
got three-
Mike Borgansky,
Yes, sir.
are you aware of a comedy night we got going on?
I am not, sir.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, this is gonna.
Sorry, Rich, I had to pull a plug.
Thanks, Paul.
Hey. We're on the comedian's website, by the way. Rich,
Oh, yeah, no, I saw that email. Very
Okay.
cool.
Just so that everybody knows, this is already recording.
yep, okay. But the meeting hasn't started yet, right?
No, and that's why I'm just,
Okay.
this is, I'm very new to running and hosting this.
Okay.
You're doing a good job so far, Mike. Everybody's on, which is a good thing. All right, we got 2 minutes.
Hey, Mike, where'd you get that picture behind you? It looks very nice.
1800s. I don't
Were you
see
around?
anybody else trying to get in, and I don't know why at this point.
Did you take that picture yourself, Mike?
No, I found that on the internet.
Okay, I think you might have missed it.
I did, I missed
It's a
that.
very nice picture.
From the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 1 minute here, and then we'll get started.
Mr. Duke. After the meeting, give me a call. I got something good to share with you about your dog.
Oh, beautiful. I got your book too, by the way.
That's all right. You hang on to it.
I'll give it to you next time we're in meetings there
All right.
in person.
Before we get started, Jesse Judson here. Quick question for the 746, 750 Derby Avenue applications. There's 2 separate applications here. Are we running 2 separate public hearings for them, like was originally published back in September, I believe?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yes, Mr. Chairman, yes, that would be yes.
okay.
They,
I got it.
what was done was, we just, because it was, we have not had a quorum, and these have been delayed over the course of 3 months, we decided to repost that. But we should be following the original posting from September,
Okay,
which would have been for the October meeting.
all right, because the packet that you sent out, this last packet, I mean, it's all basically on one.
That's correct, and because Colleen, everybody had everything from earlier.
Right.
I believe between Jesse and I, if we have to, we can put things up. We should be able to share things.
Okay. All right, the time is 7 o'clock. I'd like to open the public hearing. If we can all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Bill, please do the honors.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
To the flag,
United States
United States of
of
America,
America,
to the republic,
For which
for which
it
it
stands,
stands, one
one
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible, with
with
liberty and
liberty
justice for all.
justice for
justice
all.
for all.
Okay. Welcome to the January Zoning Board of Appeals. We are now in session. We have technically 3 cases on the docket tonight. 2 pertaining to 746 to 750 Derby Ave, and 1 pertaining to 247 to 249 South Main Street. The first case that we will hear tonight is the location approval for 746 to 750 Derby Ave. Notice of public hearing. The Seymour Zoning Board of Appeals will conduct a public hearing on January 6, 2022 at 7 p.m. in the Norma Drummer Room. Well, we're on Zoom now. Seymour Town Hall, 1 First Street, Seymour, Connecticut, for the following application. Application for location approval and variance of section 6.0 table of dimensional requirements to allow for the construction of a roof overhang project within the required front yard setback area. Property is located at 760 to 750 Derby Ave. A copy of the application is on file at Seymour Town Hall. At these hearings, interested persons can appear and be heard. Written communications will also be received. Dated at Seymour, Connecticut, it's 9th of December, 2021. Seymour Zoning Board of Appeals, Richard Demko, Chairman. So we're going to do the same way that but we'll hear from the applicant or the applicant's representatives or attorneys first, and then we'll open it up to the public. So I guess we'll start off with Jesse, right?
All right. For the record, Jesse Judson, licensed land surveyor, 52 Main Street, Seymour, Connecticut. I'm representing the applicant, Sabo Auto Body, for their application for location approval at 746-750 Derby Avenue. Presently, let's see, I don't know, I might be able to share my screen if that helps. Nope, it's disabled. All right. So presently there's 2 separate parcels, 746 to 748 and 750 Derby Avenue. 746 to 748 Derby Avenue is where Sabo Auto Body presently exists, and they've existed there since 1947 when the building was built. 750 is located to the southerly side of that parcel, and presently the building's vacant. In the past, it's been used, I think it was last used by a heating and AC company, but that building is vacant. So our application is, we're planning on merging these 2 parcels together. In order to do that, we need location approval because 750 currently has not been used as a body shop. So being that these 2 parcels are going to be merged together, we need location approval for that. So as far as the existing building at 746, 748, and our whole application that we're presenting to you tonight, over the years, there's been numerous additions to the original building, especially off the back side of the building. There's various additions, and off the southerly side of the building, there's actually a framed addition that used to be used for a sign shop, if anyone remembers. That addition actually extends over the property line on the 750 Derby Avenue, and there's numerous side yard setbacks and other portions of the property as they exist individually that don't comply to the current zoning regulations. So the applicant's proposing a complete renovation of the site and the buildings that will not only improve the safety features and provide aesthetic upgrades, and will also be building improvements and improve the workflow in this business. Again, the first step that we need to do is merge these properties into one contiguous parcel. Since 750 is presently not an auto body shop, we need location approval from your board to do that and merge these properties together. The building at 750 will be remodeled. The existing little frame portion that sticks out the back of the building is going to be removed, and a garage door will be added to the rear of the building, and that building will be utilized for repairs. The various additions that were added over the years to the rear portion of 746-748 Derby Avenue are going to be removed, along with the existing storage shed that's used for parts behind the building. Once all that's done, those removed, the applicant's proposing a 107 by 50 foot addition to the rear of the existing building. That, just to note, that addition does comply with all the zoning setbacks and requirements. As far as building space, they're not actually adding that much. Presently, there's 11,500 square feet of building, a floor area on the properties. And with the addition, it's only going up to 13,260 square feet. So we're really only adding like 1,800 square feet of building. It's just that the building's going to be laid out in a much better way to provide more function for this auto body shop. Various other site improvements include, so the driveway is now going to, presently there's 2 driveway entrances. There's a north driveway that comes into the property, and there's a driveway that comes into the property between 746 and 750 Derby Avenue. This driveway is going to be connected to the rear of the new addition. So the driveway will function in a circular manner. So delivery trucks can come in the north entrance, circle around and exit out the southern entrance and don't need to turn around or jockey on the site. We're also proposed numerous drainage improvements on the site, which includes some new catch basins, as well as a stormwater treatment area that will treat the stormwater runoff. One of the biggest improvements we're proposing is the customer parking area. Presently, the customers park along the front of the building. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but the front of this building, it's just one big wide driveway. The cars park in front of the building and they have to back out onto Derby Avenue, which is really an unsafe condition and provides some concerns. We're relocating that customer parking area.
What happened?
I don't know.
How I
I'm
got,
sorry.
can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. Somehow it got, that noise went off and I got muted. So I don't know what happened. Were you able to see that? No, I can't share a drawing. So never mind. Sorry, got a little distracted there. So we're relocating the customer parking area to along the southerly property line. That way these customers don't have to back out into the street, and it's going to be a huge safety upgrade for the parcel. And in doing that, we can remove a large portion of the existing paved area, the driveway out in front of the building, and that was going to allow us to put some green space in. We're going to be able to add a couple of lawn areas in the portion between the road and the front property line, and then a landscape bed between that front property line and the building. And we're also proposing a lot of new landscaping along the southerly property line where the customer parking is going to be. There's going to be an employee parking area behind the proposed addition, and the vehicle storage there. Currently, the vehicles are stored behind the existing building. That's going to remain the same, and the vehicles are going to remain there as well with the new design. Let's see, we're also, as far as the existing portion of 746-748, that's going to remain. The building is going to be improved, including a new roofing design and a new front facade that's going to provide a much needed facelift for the property. Between that and the landscaping, we're hoping it's going to look pretty nice. So again, this sort of an overview of what we're proposing here, and we're asking for location approval so we can merge 746-748 and 750 together and use the whole property as an auto body shop. So.
Okay, so did you go through inland wetlands yet?
We're in inland wetlands right now.
Okay, all right, and
I really need to get through you guys first.
right, all right, and you would say just on the location approval, what your statutory hardship would be?
For location approval, there's no need for statutory hardship. It's
okay.
It's just like any garage or used car dealership or auto sales, or auto repairs or auto body shops. It's the zoning board of appeals position. They have to approve the location approval before we can go to planning and zoning for site plan approval.
Okay.
You guys are really just approving the location of the use.
Right.
You know, like I said, the body shop already exists there. We're just adding the small portion at 750 to the existing body shop. So
Okay.
We're just trying to dot the i's and cross the t's here.
Okay, all right, I got you there. Yes, Mike.
Mr. Chairman, this is just an extension of DMV requiring ZBA to approve the location.
Okay, all right.
Hey, Rich?
yeah.
Rich, I have a question.
Yes, Paul.
Judd, what's going to happen with 750? Is the building going to remain, or what's going to happen with it?
So the building at 750 is going to remain, yes. It's going to be remodeled. And like I said, there's a little small frame addition off the back of it that's going to be removed. And there's going to be a garage door that's going to be installed on the rear side of that building. So you're not going to see it from the street. And that area is going to, so 750, the building is going to be also utilized for repairs.
Okay.
There could be like a frame machine or something like that, or an alignment machine in there. Just additional shop area. It'll be, you know, more workspace for him.
Okay.
All right, well, since we started with Paul, Paul, do you have any other questions?
If you pull in, yeah, a quick question. Will the traffic flow be from the northern side out or from the southern side in? Jesse?
All right, so for customers, the customers are only going to utilize the southern driveway.
Okay,
They're going to go in and out that driveway. They'll pull in between the two buildings, come up and park to the left-hand side in the customer parking, back out of the
Okay.
parking spot and leave the southern driveway. The northern driveway, on our site plans, we proposed signage, is really going to be the delivery entrance only. So only trucks coming in for delivery will use that northern driveway to circle around the building. And obviously during the course of the workday, the employees use that for, moving cars in and out of the shop, et cetera.
and those trucks will be coming out the southern driveway?
Yes.
Okay, I got it. Okay, I have no other questions.
Okay, thank you. Phil, let's go to you next.
Just wanted to, I don't have any questions on the location situation. Just wanted to reiterate what we've done. As far as I understand, normally the DEP does this kind of work, but in this case, we're doing it for them. In as far as saying, hey, we're the citizens of this area. We know, does this type of activity fit in this location? That's what we're this part of the application process is all we're doing at this time.
I have no audio, so I can't speak. I can't ask questions. Oh,
Oh, we hear you pretty good now, Paula.
really?
Okay,
Oh, okay, thank you. I'm
Let's
gonna leave my
continue.
phone on, okay?
Okay, let's continue with Phil.
Okay.
so this process, the approval of the location is for the ZBA to say, hey, we know the area, we're local to it. Is this an appropriate location for this type of activity? And that's why this process happens and goes through ZBA. Other than that, as far as the presentation for the question of location, I have no further questions at all.
Okay, thank you. John, since you're on my screen, you're up.
I have no questions at this time.
Okay, Paula, what do you got?
Okay, the question I had previously for Jesse was whether or not this also included we have section 5.2 and section 6.0 regarding both of the location and everything. That was already answered with regards to the use of the property being appropriate for the area. I would have to say that I believe that it is.
Okay. Paul, any other questions, Paul?
No, I was trying to show Paul the picture before. This was from the meeting that we did not have back in, I can't remember, November or whatever. So this is, what currently looks like, right? So we have that picture there. Jesse, thank you for the pictures.
Sure.
And then this was the proposed. So it doesn't really cover the lot, but just to give you an idea what it looks like. That's it.
All right, Bob, what do you got?
I don't have any questions at this time.
No questions at this time. All right.
Good.
Staff, do you have any input you'd like to give?
Keith, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I have a memo to the commission from our town planner dated September 30th of 2021. And Mr. Chairman, I'll enter this as an exhibit into the record for you. Would you
Okay.
like me to read the whole background or just read the final caption for that?
Just read the final.
Staff believes the proposed improvements due to consideration in its
Your
location.
recording has reached the maximum length. To replay your message, press
and
1.
proposed
To delete
increased
and re-record your
usage
message, press
in
3.
reference to its
For
effect
delivery
upon those
options,
above
press 4.
community places
To
and
send a
activities.
fax, press 6. Your
Hang
message
on
has been deleted. Please re-record your message at the
Everybody-
tone.
Their phones when they're not speaking. Okay, Mike, could you please read that again?
The last portion of this, staff believes the proposed improvements gives due consideration to its location and proposed increased usage in reference to its effect
Replay your
upon Lowe's
message.
community
Press 1.
places and activities. Basically,
Okay.
staff is in favor of the location. And this is
Okay.
there's no change in the activities that are going on.
Okay, very good. Okay, so now is Jesse, do you have anything else you want to add?
I think we're okay for the location.
Okay, very good. Okay, is there any public comment? Anybody from the public here wishing to comment? Is there any public comment going twice? Is there any public comment going 3 times? Mike, have you received any public comment via email or hard mail for this?
Staff has not received anything in regards to this.
Okay, hearing no public comment is closed. And this portion of the public hearing is closed. Okay, moving on to the second topic pertaining to Seymour Auto Body. We're gonna open that up at 7:18. Same thing, we'll hear from the applicant or his representative. The Board of Appeal will conduct a public hearing on January 6, 2022 at 7 p.m. in the Norma Drummer Room, but here we are on Zoom. Seymour Town Hall, 1 First Street, Seymour, Connecticut, for the following application. Application for a variance of table of dimensional requirements to allow the construction of a roof overhang to project within the required front yard setback. The property is located at 746 to 750 Derby Ave, Seymour, Connecticut. A copy of the is filed at Seymour Town Hall. At these hearings, interested persons can appear and be heard. Written communications will also be received, dated at Seymour, Connecticut, this 9th of December, 2021. Respectfully, Seymour Zoning Board of Appeals Chairman Richard Demko. Okay, Jesse, you're up.
All right, for the record again, Jesse Judson, licensed land surveyor, 52 Main Street, Seymour, Connecticut, representing the applicant, Seymour Auto Body, for their application at 746, 750 Derby Avenue. And their application is for a variance of section 6.0 of the zoning regulations for the installation of a new front roof overhang. Again, these parcels are located in the C2 General Commercial District. Presently, they're 2 separate parcels, 746-748 and number 750. As they exist right now, actually neither comply in all aspects to the zoning regulations. Sable Auto Body was established in 1947 and operates out of 746, 748 Derby Avenue. And that building was built in 1947 prior to zoning regulations being established. The current regulations require a 50-foot front setback, where the existing building on this property is only 16 feet from the front property line. Is what's considered existing non-conforming. Again, the building existed prior to the start of zoning regulations. Over the years, numerous additions were added to the back of this building. Some of these buildings additions encroach over existing property lines and they violate current setbacks. The proposed parcel merger that we're proposing and the building renovations will actually make this parcel more conforming than it is now. So as far as what we're proposing a major renovation to the site in the building that will not only provide increased safety, but also enhance the visual appearance of the site. And for that matter, it'll provide a facelift of this portion of the Derby Avenue corridor. As far as site improvements, portions of these old buildings, additions to the rear of these old buildings are going to be removed, and we're going to install the new 50-foot by 107-foot addition to the rear of 746 to 750 or 748 Derby Avenue. Just note that addition does conform to all the zoning regulations. Other site improvements include a driveway that circles around the building that will be a benefit for delivery vehicles. And then we're also promoting drainage improvements on the site that will provide an upgrade to the stormwater quality. And we're relocating the customer parking area from in front of the building, now where the customers presently back out onto Derby Avenue. We're locating it to the southerly side of the property and which is going to really increase the safety of the site. Again, portions of the existing driveway in the front are going to be removed, and lawn and landscape are going to be established that will provide a visual enhancement. Employee parking will be located behind the building, and the vehicles for repair will be stored behind the building as they are currently. Other site improvements include site lighting and a proposed dumpster enclosure. So the existing building at 746, 748 will be improved, including a new roofing system and a new front facade. The current building face is dated and consists of a concrete block wall that extends above the roof line. Existing concrete block rises up and the roof comes into the back of it. I don't know if you can see this, but right now the concrete block walls are the parapet that sticks up over the front of the building. This is problematic. One, the block is getting really old, and where this wall and the roof interface is prone to leaking. Additionally, over the southerly portion of the building where the office area is located now, the roof is flat and also prone to leaking, and there's been numerous problems with it. As part of this renovation, we're proposing to extend the front roof lines to overhang past the front concrete wall. So the top portion of that concrete wall will be removed, and the building overhangs will project off the front like a more traditional look, and hopefully alleviate any of the leaking problems. The roof overhang will also allow the removal of existing awnings that project off the front of the building, which almost project out as far as the proposed roof overhang, and will also provide some protection from rain, et cetera, when the garage doors open in the front, as well as the front access door for the customers. So as far as the variance, again, this existing building predates zoning and is what they consider existing non-conforming, does not comply with the current front setback requirements. The proposed roof overhang will project about 2.5 feet over the front of the building, thus requiring a variance of section 6.0 of the dimensional requirements to reduce the front setback to 13 feet for the front roof overhang. Just to note, the usable area of the building, or the use, like the actual body shop area, is not being expanded over any setback line. So the use is not being expanded. It's just simply an architectural projection over the front of the building. As far as a hardship, this building was built in 1947 prior to zoning regulations and is existing non-conforming, and that it's only 16 feet from the front property line, where 50 feet is now required. However, section 7.14 of the zoning regulations allows architectural projections such as roof overhangs to project up to 4 feet in the required yard or setback areas. In this case, we have an unusual situation that affects this parcel and generally not others in the district. Other buildings can have architectural projections that extend 4 feet over the setback lines. This building was constructed prior to the zoning regulations and setback requirements, and therefore should be granted a variance of section 6.0 to allow this roof overhang to project over the existing building line. Additionally, we are also reducing, overall, we're reducing the nonconformities on the site. You know, some of the side yard nonconformities are going to be reduced. The lot width is going to now meet the regulations. The frontage is now going to meet the regulations. And so overall, we're reducing the nonconformities on the site. The site improvements proposed will provide safety improvements for both patrons of the facility and for the public on Derby Avenue. So, you know, we're requesting a variance to allow this front roof overhang.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, we'll start with John. I don't have any questions. The only one that I had, you already answered, and there will be, it's just architectural in regards to what will be over in the area that we are discussing here. So we'll start with John.
I have no questions. I think he's covered everything that I needed to hear.
Okay, moving on to Phil.
Same. I'm all set. Thank you.
Okay, Paula. Paula, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. All right, you're up.
Oh, you can't hear me? Oh, all right, okay. I have no questions.
Bob?
Yeah, I'm all set. No questions.
Okay, Paul, how about you? What do you got?
No questions. I understand it perfectly.
Okay, Jesse, you got anything you want to add? You didn't
I
have any
don't-
questions?
I don't believe so.
Okay, staff, you got anything?
Mr. Chairman, I'll enter into record for you a memo dated September 30th, 2021 from Savannah Nicole Vialiba. I'll actually go down to a little bit of the zoning information, and I'll just basically, because this is a variance. Zoning information, actually, let me, the current setback, the front yard setback is 13.7 feet from the front property line. The proposed front yard setback is 13 feet from the front property line. The applicant is requesting a variance that would establish the front yard setback as 13 feet from the front property line. Background of the zoning information. Section 11.2 of the Town of Seymour zoning regulation states that a non-conforming use may be repaired, renovated, or upgraded. A non-conforming use may be intensified due to a normal increase in business or other related activity. Staff comments. The applicant is proposing a merge, 746, 748, and 750 Derby Avenue. If the merged, the proposed lot will be reduce the number of existing nonconformities. The proposed merge would bring the minimum lot frontage and minimum lot width into conformance with the existing regulations for the C2 zone. The proposed front lot will have a non-conforming minimum front yard, minimum side yard, and minimum rear yard. Section 11.2 of the Town of Seymour zoning regulation allows for a non-conforming use to be repaired, renovated, or upgraded. The applicant states in their narrative about that proposal that an extensive improvements are proposed that will enhance the function, safety, and aesthetics of the site. A new roof system and a front facade are proposed for the existing building. Additionally, revised driveways, a new parking area, site lighting, and landscaping improvements will enhance the site safety and aesthetics. This section states that the non-conforming use may be intensified due to normal increase in business or other related activity. Staff believes that the proposed improvements are in alignment with the increase in the current auto body use. The requested variance to establish the front yard setback at 13 feet from the front property line could be considered a repair and upgrade that is in alignment with the increase in the business use.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Any public comment? Is there anybody from the public here that wishes to comment going twice? Is there anybody from the public here wishing to comment on this case going 3 times? Mike, did you receive any public comment, email, correspondence, or mail in regards to this?
We have not.
Okay, hearing no public comment is closed, and we will now close this portion of the public hearing. All right. Very good. Anybody need a recess before we take up the next public hearing?
I don't.
Everybody's good? All right, then we're just gonna continue on. Our next matter of business tonight is 247 to 249 South Main Street. Seymour Zoning Board of Appeals will conduct a public hearing on January 6, 2022 at 7:15 in the Norma Drummer Room. Here we are on Zoom instead. Seymour Town Hall, 1 First Street, Seymour, Connecticut, 06483 for the following application. Application for a variance of section 6.0 table of dimensional requirements to allow the construction of a 3-foot 3+ garage addition that will project within the required front and side yard setback areas. The property is located at 247 to 249 South Main Street, Seymour. A copy of the application is on file in the Seymour Town Hall. At these hearings, interested persons can appear and be heard. Written communications will also be received. Dated at Seymour, Connecticut, the 16th day of December, 2021. Respectfully, Seymour Zoning Board of Appeals Chairman Richard Demko. Going to do this the same way we've been doing it. we'll hear from the applicant or the applicant's representatives, and then we'll open it up to the public. Jesse, I understand you're representing this application as well.
That is correct, Mr. Chairman.
All right,
So,
floor is yours.
all right, for the record, Jesse Judson, licensed land surveyor, 52 Main Street, Seymour, Connecticut, representing the applicant Julio Bravo for JCP Homes LLC for their application for zoning variance at 247 to 249 South Main Street. So this parcel is located in the R18 zoning district. It's roughly a half-acre piece of land. There's an existing two-family house on the property that was built in approximately 1925, so it's been there a long time. The parcel has limited off-street parking as it exists now. There is an existing garage located at the northwest corner of the property. This existing garage is only 5 feet from the front property line and from property line to street line. The garage is the only parking for this parcel that is actually located on the site itself. And the problem with the garage is it's an older garage, and the interior depth of this garage is less than 18 feet, which does not allow certain vehicles and some of the residents' vehicles to fit inside this garage and the garage door to be closed. The applicant is seeking a variance of section 6.0 to allow a 3.3 foot addition to the front of the garage. The addition will allow vehicles to be parked in the garage and allow the door to be shut. And that way they won't have to park out in front of it. The front corner of the garage will only be 2 feet from the front property line and about 5.1 feet from the side property line. The roof overhangs that project on the front of the garage will project within 1.4 feet of the front property line and 4.5 feet of the side property line. Again, our variance is requesting instruction section 6.0 for dimensional requirements to allow the garage addition. As far as hardships, so this is an existing two-family structure that was constructed prior to the adoption of the zoning regulations, and the site does not provide the required 4 off-street parking spaces that are presently required for a two-family house. The existing steep slopes on the property make it difficult to provide a driveway and off-street parking on the site. The existing non-conforming garage at the northwest corner of the property lacks sufficient depth to allow some vehicles to park within the garage, thus requiring them to park along the street and creating a safety concern along South Main Street. The small addition to the garage will allow these vehicles to park within the garage, which will reduce the number of vehicles parking along the edge of the street and provide a safer condition for the residents of the property along with passing traffic on South Main Street. Let's entertain any questions.
Okay. So we'll go down the line. We'll start with John.
I have no questions.
Bill?
Okay, I do have some questions, and let's begin. What's the hardship?
Hardship is they want to be able to park the vehicles in the garage and
No,
shut the
what I
door.
read is they want to park bigger vehicles, be able to park bigger vehicles, right? I just don't understand the hardship. There's literally not a single hardship defined. That's where I'm stuck. I'm stuck right there. Also, this has already been completed, right?
The garage addition, yes, was installed on the
Okay.
building.
So, and if the garage addition was already installed on the building, was a permit pulled for that situation?
I don't believe so. Maybe Mr.
Okay, so
Morganti
if a
could probably
permit
answer that.
if a permit was pulled, then they would have, then the person applying for the permit would have found out there's a problem, and one of their solutions would be to get a variance. And at that point, we would say, how can a variance work? Well, we'll need a hardship. Or are there alternatives to this? Because this situation makes an egregious situation more egregious. Why didn't you put the 3.3 feet of the garage on the back end? And it can't be because it costs more, because that's not a hardship, because it could have been done. Now, that area, the speed limit is 40 miles an hour. The traffic is ridiculous, buses, tractor trailers. It's a safety issue. There's a big situation here. Extending the garage towards the street, it seems to be going 100% against the grain. And I still, like I said, I cannot, for the life of me, as many times have I read this, and as many times have I tried to read it with an open mind, there is no hardship.
May I say something? Actually, the hardship that I see, the statutory hardship, is in the first paragraph. The existing two-family structure was constructed prior to the adaptation of zoning regulations, and the site does not provide the 4 off-street parking spaces presently required for a two-family house. So I think that's the section that we have to look at in regards to, you know, how we're going to rule on this eventually. You know, so with that, Phil, do you have any other questions?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I understand that, and I've read that 1,000 times. And that's a statement. I mean, that's the condition that the existing property is in with that situation. That's not the hardship for the variance of this application, which is actually putting the cart ahead of the horse here anyway.
Okay. All right, you see it that way. But you do bring up a good point, though, because this construction was already done.
That's correct. That's the way
That's
I see
correct,
it.
Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so now,
What?
staff, this is a question for staff. If we were to deny this application, then what do they got to do? Rip down the whole garage?
He's gonna rip down the extension of the garage.
Can I just jump in for one more quick second, sir?
Yeah,
Mr.
Phil, go
Chairman.
ahead.
The normal course of action would be that this property has a cease and desist for action that's taken without permit, and it's wrong. So normal steps would be the property owner would have to mitigate that situation back into the compliance, and then apply for a permit, and then apply for a variance. Then at that point, we could openly discuss any kind of alternatives, especially when we're dealing with such a safety sensitive issue here, which is very safety sensitive. I spend a lot of time on that road watching, because I mean, everybody deserves off-street parking. I get it. But that's because you want a bigger car, or because you don't seek alternates for this to solve the situation. That's not the hardship. There is no hardship.
Okay, staff, let me ask you this. Was this application one that's been on the back burner, and did the construction occur between the initial time of application up until now?
Mr. Chairman, I'd be happy to give you background on this whole application that sits before you. This is a newer resident to the town of Seymour who, and this makes no fault of what had happened, but was not aware of the regulations in town. It came to this office that this property owner was excavating to the right of the garage as you face the property to extend the driveway, or to create a driveway for up to 2 to 3 parking spaces without any approval, without any erosion controls, and then subsequently was taking the material across the street and placing it onto another property. In the course of that, they had broken the water main that leads to the house on the other property. All of that has been, the owner has been compliant in rectifying all of the erosion and things that occurred with the property, creating a parking lot, and returned that back to grade. At that time, it was noted by staff that an extension had appeared to taken place of about 3 + 3 feet. And it was requested that where was the permit for that? That work was done prior to anything being done, any communication, any information being sought from the new property owner. And after reviewing with this, his cooperability in fixing and remediating the lot, fixing the neighbors' problems that were generated from this. He did not want to take that down. He understood that my order, which is not issued, because he agreed that he would come in and at least apply for a variance, and we agreed to let him to do that. If he had received an order, he could have appealed my order. We figured we let this go and we would bring you in and explain the situation, either because it's something that would need to be approved. The corridor there is 40 to 45 miles. There is a speed, there is limited parking there. There is really no parking for there. This is something I don't necessarily see where the hardship is for convenience of parking a larger vehicle on the property, into the garage. DOT was contacted in regards to the driveway extension. They were not in favor of that. And we have not talked about to DOT at this point about the extension of the garage.
Okay.
I just,
So now, here's my next question, and this is also for staff. Is the applicant on? Is he here with us today? Or
Yes,
is Jeff-
I'm here. Mr. Chairman, this is Julio Bravo. Good evening to everyone. And I am over here in the meeting. Yes, sir.
Okay, my question to you is, if you were running excavating equipment, you weren't aware that you needed a building permit for this?
No, sir. I was so naive and I did a mistake. I mistakenly hired this guy to do the to do the work. And the lady across the street, she wanted the soil to be put in her hole. There was a big hole in that area. So I voluntarily said, okay, no problem. But I know I made a mistake and I admit it, but I didn't know that I had to have a permit to excavate and do an extension of a parking space for safety that I was trying to do it.
Okay, and the excavation company that you hired, they weren't aware that there was a permit needed?
Not really, no. Otherwise I would go to the office and get a permit to see if I did qualify for the permit.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Let's move on. Phil, do you have anything else?
Yes, just wanted to, it's extremely disturbing to say that, okay, I understand you made a mistake, sir, Mr. Bravo, I get that. But the application is under JCB Homes. It's not under Julio Bravo, correct? So you have a business. This is a business. So a construction business or somebody that you hire, they are responsible. I mean, you're paying a person for professional service. Professional services can't be rendered unless the permit process goes through. He's responsible also. So I feel that you're a new resident, but a new resident is not the name on this application. The name on this application is a construction business. So, I mean, there's a lot of big red flags here. And I feel that just granting a variance without looking at it, such safety issues, not looking at the alternatives is a gigantic disservice for what our positions are on this board.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Phil. Moving on. Paula, what do you got?
I thank Phil for his clarification with his questions with regards to this application. I'm familiar with the area. And it's challenging because when the garage was constructed back in 1925, vehicles normal vehicles at that point in time did not resemble vehicles that we currently have today. So I can understand wanting to add the additional square footage to the front of the garage, so that then you could have vehicles parked inside. It's like trying to update something to accommodate for today's modern changes. I think that the concept was a good concept. However, the venue that was, the pathway that was taken was not correct. So I'm not quite sure where we go from here. So I understand Phil's concern. I understand what took place. I guess the only other question I have, and the point of the JCB homes, is that not having a comprehension of the type of work that the company does not release them from ensuring that they abide by the rules and regulations of the town and building requirements. So that's all I have to say for now.
Okay, thank you, Paula. Moving down the line, Bob?
I don't have any questions at this time. I have my notes, so when we discuss this, I'll be prepared, but I'm not going to restate and agree or disagree with anything, but I don't have any questions at this time.
Okay, thank you. Paul, how about you? What do you got?
The only concern I really have, besides what's been mentioned already, is backing out or driving into that garage with the traffic on South Main Street. I think the addition of the 3 feet just makes it even harder for somebody, especially backing out, to deal with the traffic flow. Could you imagine yourself backing out of that garage with the type of traffic that's on South Main Street? I just really see a safety issue here. And I realize that it already exists, but I just really have a safety concern here.
Okay, staff, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
I look at it from the safety aspect. If the DOT was to come in at a later date and want to put a sidewalk in there, we're going to have a greater visibility for residents who come up upon that, and a vehicle that may be exiting, that if a sidewalk was to occur there. So I just think that these are all things that need to be taken into consideration when you make your decisions.
Okay, thank you. Jesse, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
I don't believe I do. I don't know if the applicant would like to add anything additional or not.
Okay. Mr. Bravo, go ahead if you have anything.
Yeah, like Mr. Jesse said, that, you know, what I did, I know I made a mistake doing that stuff without a permit. I understand that, and I take the blame. But the reason that I have done that extension, and I know I had to pay for the permit if I'm granted, but the thing is, I was doing for safety. Number one, I have my vehicles that I park there in the garage, and having the garage without closing the garage door because it doesn't fit the truck that I have, the SUV. It doesn't make sense having a garage without closing doors. So for safety, just want people to drive. I mean, walking by, you know, I'm afraid that they will get into my cars. So
Okay,
Mr. Chairman, can I ask Mr. Bravo a question?
sure, Phil, go ahead.
Mr. Bravo, you're saying your cars, are you residing there? Or is this an investment in the 2-family house and we're trying to get the parking spaces for whoever's gonna be the tenants?
My wife, my ex-wife is gonna be residing there.
Okay, and then you have another, and then that's a two-family, and you
Is it-
need, we need parking.
Correct.
Okay, and Mr. Chairman, my opinion, there needs to be some looking, the gentleman, the property owner needs help with this parking situation, and that, there's no doubt about it. But the route and the situation and the end product is not very good.
All right, thank you. All right, is there anybody here from the public that wishes to comment on this? Anybody from the public going twice? Any public comment going 3 times? Mr. Margansky, have you received communication from the public in regards to this matter?
There was a neighbor when I was investigating the matter that, and I do not have her name, it was just mentioned in passing that she was in favor of supporting what the owner was trying to do with the property, the improvements that he has made. That was an informal comment made to me. And that is all I have for, as far as comments that were made from public.
Okay. Hearing no other public comment is closed. And this portion of the public hearing is also closed. All right. Thank you all for sticking with us. So the time is 7:53. So I guess if anybody needs to take a recess, let me know.
I'm fine.
Is everybody good?
Yes, sir.
So the time is 7:54 now. We're going to move right into our regular meeting. So I will call the regular meeting to order at 7:54. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. John, do the honor.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for coming. Just want to say on the record that we apologize for not being able to convene for a few months. Everybody's got a lot going on, a lot of illness going around and everything. So here we are. Item number 3, and the seating of alternates. We have a full board tonight, so we do not need to seat any alternates.
I'm an alternate.
Right, we do not need to seat any alternates.
Okay.
Okay. Item number 4 on the agenda, public comment. Is there any public comment? And this is public not revolving around hearing. Is there any public comment going twice? Public comment going. Mike, did you get any public comment in regards to the regular meeting?
I have not, sir.
Okay, no public comment. Public comment is closed for the first portion. We're going to move on to item number 5 on the agenda, and that is the approval of the public hearing meeting minutes from September 2nd, 2021. In your packets, you should have received all of that a few times over the past few months. I will entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the item number 5, the public hearing minutes from September 2nd, 2021.
Motion to approve by Paula. Can I get a second?
Second.
John, is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Anybody wish to abstain?
Me.
Abstain.
Oh, wait.
I abstain, account of absence.
Okay, Phil's abstention. Anybody else?
Paul Wedowitz.
Well, yeah, no, you're good. You weren't here.
That's right.
We did not seat you as an alternate tonight. Okay. Moving on to item number 6 on the agenda, approval of the regular meeting minutes, September 2nd, 2021.
I'll
That
make a
too.
motion.
Okay, cool. Paula makes a motion to approve. Anybody second? John, second by John. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Does anybody oppose? Anybody abstain?
I abstain, Mr. Chairman, account of absence.
I abstain too.
Please note Phil's abstention. Paul, you're not seated. Okay, item number 7 on the agenda is 746 to 750 Derby Ave, variance and approval of location. So we're gonna take the locational approval first, which is subsection A.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to form a motion.
Okay, Phil, go ahead.
Wait. Phil,
What?
I'm gonna write it also as you go.
Okay.
Okay,
Motion
talk
to
now.
approve.
Oh, Phil.
Mr. Chairman, may I interject for a moment?
Yes, Mike.
Can I read a draft motion, a draft resolution motion
Michael.
from,
Michael, I made a motion. I'm on the board and I've got your draft motion.
okay,
Okay.
sorry, sir,
I'll
thank you.
take care of the business of the meeting. You take care of your business, all right?
Let's let Phil make his motion.
Michael, and I appreciate.
I didn't know if you had it,
Anyway,
Phil, that's all.
That's all right. Motion to approve location approval for an auto body repair shop on the proposed merged parcel 746 through 750 Derby Avenue per section 5.2 of the Seymour zoning regulations.
Okay, well-crafted motion, Phil. Thank you. Can I get a
Thank you,
second?
Michael.
John?
I'll second that.
All right, is there any discussion on the motion? No discussion. All right, hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Anybody opposed? Anybody wish to abstain? Chair votes aye, motion carries. The location approval is granted.
Thank you.
Okay, now subsection B on item number 7, with the variance for the building addition. I will entertain a motion.
Okay, I'll make the motion. The motion, and again, thank you to staff. A motion to approve the variance for 746 through 750 Derby Avenue, application for a variance for a front yard setback at 13 feet from the front property line, as referenced on the site plans dated August 2 to 2021. RJM 74650 LLC, applicant parcel number S parentheses 12-04-12-0 and 12-04-13-0 C2 zone.
Okay, we have a great motion by Phil, second by John. Okay, is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Anybody
Aye.
opposed? Okay, anybody opposed? Anybody wish to abstain? All right, chair votes aye, motion carries. The variance for building addition subsection B is approved. Item
Finally.
number, right, yeah, we're there. Again, apologies for taking so long to get this together. Item number 8 on the agenda, 247 to 245 or 249 South Main Street's variance. All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, hearing no other I would like to make a motion to deny the application at this point for JCB Homes, the property address 247-249 South Main Street, Seymour.
Okay, there's a
I'll second
motion
that.
table. John has a second. Is there any discussion on that motion? Hearing none. All those in favor of denying the application?
Aye.
Anybody opposed denying the application? Chair votes aye to deny. Unfortunately, the variant application has been denied. Okay, item number 9 on the agenda. Moving along, we have to approve the 2022 meeting dates. So in your packet, you should have the 2022 ZBA proposed meeting dates. Again, we meet on the first Thursday of the month, usually in the Norma Drummer Room. Our public hearings will always start at 7 o'clock, followed by our monthly meetings. For publication purposes, you could say that the regular meeting at 7:30. If we do not have any public hearings prior to. So for January, we're January 6th, which is tonight, and this is technically a special meeting. February 3rd, March 3rd, April 7th, June 2nd, July 7th, August 4th, September 1st, October 6th, November 3rd, and December 1st.
So moved, Mr. Chairman. So moved on the motion for the dates.
Motion
Second,
to approve the dates by Phil, second by Paula. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Okay, anybody deny or oppose? Anybody abstain? Okay, chair votes aye, motion carries to approve the 2022 meeting dates. Item number 10 on the agenda, staff report. Mike,
Mr.
You're up.
Chairman, just to clarify, when we put the public notice out, did we clarify what the reason for the denial was and the motion for 247, 249?
Phil, you made the motion, please answer.
My motion was to deny the application. I don't have to give a reason.
Okay, that's good enough. So your answer is that the application is just denied.
Okay.
Okay. You're still up, Mike. What do you got for staff reports?
Staff reports, we've been kind of busy. Just to give you a quick overview. The dam over on Day Street is pretty much done. They're intended to be over and out of there by the end of the month, based on the last report. Bladen's Ridge has not commenced work. We'll be meeting with them probably via Zoom. Next week, we were supposed to have a meeting this week with staff, and that got delayed to some illnesses on their end. And I'll entertain any other discussions that you have.
Okay. I just have a quick question. Was the North Main Street up for a reapplication? I vaguely remember seeing that coming down the pike.
On North Main Street,
Yeah,
they were taking care of at the September meeting.
okay. Did we do that? Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. I just, for some reason, I thought I saw that on an agenda early on in October for something as well, but all right. Other than that, I don't have anything for staff. Anybody? John? Phil?
No, no, sir.
Bob?
Nope.
Paula? Okay. Moving on to item number 11, new business. We do have some new business. As you all know, Jeff Hanowitz resigned from the board, and John Duke was appointed in his replacement as a full seated member of the board. That leaves a vacancy of a vice chairman. So I would like to take that business up now. So at least we have a full board. Is anybody interested in serving as the vice chairman of this board?
I'll take it.
Okay, so Phil is interested. Can I entertain a motion to appoint Phil as the vice chairman of this board?
So moved.
Motion by Paula. Second by John. Okay, hearing any discussion on that? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah, chair votes aye. Motion carries. Congratulations, Phil.
Thank you.
Moving on to item number 12. There isn't any other new business, by the way, unless anybody else has got anything. John, you got anything? Bill, you got anything?
I'm all set, sir.
Paula? Bob?
No.
Okay. Also, with John moving up to being seated on this board, we now have a new alternate member, Mr. Paul Wedowitz. Everybody say hello to Paul. Welcome aboard, Paul. You.
Hi, everybody. How you doing,
Excellent.
everybody?
All right, that's all for new business. Item number 12, correspondence. I have not received any love mail or hate mail. Has anybody else? Mike, have you received any mail in regards to?
We have no correspondence at this point.
No correspondence. All right. Moving on to item number 13, public comment, second public comment of the night. Second public comment of the night going once. Second public comment going twice. Second public comment going 3 times. Hearing no public comment is closed, and I will move to item number 14, adjournment. I will entertain a motion. Motion to adjourn by Paula,
Second.
second by Phil. Any discussion on that? Don't think there would be. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Nobody's gonna oppose this, right? All right, chair votes aye, motion carries. We will all see you again on February 3rd. Thank you all very much. Happy New Year. Everybody stay safe and healthy. If you need anything, I'm around always.
Okay, thank you.
Good night.
Hey,
Bye,
John,
everybody.
John, show me your number again. I missed it.
All right, I'll shoot it to you quick.
Okay, Mike, keep it open for a second.
I have a question. I don't know who a lot of these people are, what your names are, so I can put them in my minutes. What your last
Well, I'll
name is.
clarify with you. I've got some notes here to help clarify that this week with you.
Okay, thanks, Mike.
Do it again. 2, 3. Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. Bill will.
That's all right.
Gentlemen, Lazy, I'm going to shut down the recording.
Thanks, Mike.
You're
Are we
welcome.
good?
Everyone good?
You got it, Phil?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Bill, you're good. All right, thank
All
you,
right.
Mike. Thank you, everybody.
Good
Have a
night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.